nice.
Yeah, so Animal Crossing New Horizons is 1 year old. To honor the occasion, I wanted to look back and reminisce, discuss my own personal experience with the game, and review that laundry list of hopes and wishes I made back in my original video to see how it stacked up. Along the way, I'll include a bunch of images and videos that were kindly submitted by some of my viewers. I think it should make for a fun time. That said, to kick things off, I would like to explain why Animal Crossing New Horizons is special to me, which means I want to pull back the curtain and talk about some personal stuff. If for whatever reason you'd like to skip this section, feel free to jump to the timecode on screen. So, as a year, 2020 was awful for many reasons, most obvious being that whole, global pandemic thing. Thus far, me, my friends, and my relatives have been okay, and I am especially very lucky because as a full-time YouTuber, I'm able to work from home without any change to my daily schedule. At the same time, I should note that I've struggled with anxiety and depression for years, for which I am seeing a therapist and have taken medication for some time, so try not to worry about that. But I bring it up because by the time March rolled around, it was obvious that the pandemic was going to be serious and lockdowns were on the horizon, and I was already a bit of a shut-in and not doing great, and suddenly leaving the house to relax and take my mind off things was not possible. It was not a great time, and then suddenly Animal Crossing finally released. As I expected and hoped, it was a calm and peaceful time, and it was a lot of fun. It's not a perfect game, still isn't, but it was the game I needed at the time. Quite literally, it gave me a reason to get out of bed, and it was something to look forward to each day. That little island helped keep my head above water, figuratively, and in no small part, that is why I poured so many hours into the game in the first couple months post-release. Now, a year later, I have stopped relying on the game in that way, but it remains very special to me. It's somewhere I can return whenever I want a bit of that peaceful island life. So, when the game released in March, it was a wonderful experience. We stepped out onto a fresh island with a couple of villagers, the Nook Gang, and there was nothing but unrefined potential ahead. I gathered weed, rocks, and sticks, and I loved it. I cleaned up the island, I helped build houses, the museum, shops, even the town center. Slowly, it began to feel like home. Admittedly, for me, personally, it was a little too slow, so I time traveled more than a few times, eventually reaching 3 stars and getting KK Slider to visit my island just 9 days after launch. I know it's not for everyone, and I probably rushed more than I really should have, but it helped me enjoy the game that much more, and I don't regret it. On April 1st, the game's Bunny Day features were unlocked, and it was fun for like a day and a half. There was a glitch where balloons would stop spawning, which was patched on the 3rd, and then on the 6th they adjusted the appearance rate of some of the eggs. Still, the damage was done, the event was horrific for many, and Zipper T Bunny will remain as the arbiter of doom in many players' eyes. At the same time, we got the Cherry Blossom season, which was really nice, and I hope this time around the cherry blossoms aren't overshadowed by the bunny. On April 23rd, we got the Earth Day update, which brought with it some great stuff. Leaf would now show up, selling bushes, which are a great addition for island decoration, and we also got a DIY for hedge walls, which remain my favorite go-to wall as of right now. Red now shows up once every millennia, and it means that art was in the game, as well as the museum was expanded, which is awesome. In May, we got May Day, which was actually doable for a week, and it was like a fun little labyrinth hosted by Rover. I looked back and I don't know if I have footage, but either way, it was fun, and it was around this time that I was comfortable enough to make my thoughts on the game video, and later the sponsored Easter egg video. Near the end of the month, I was finally able to craft a giant robot. As such, I immediately worked on putting together a little movie set with a roped off area, film camera, fake trees, shrubs, and so on. I've later repurposed that area multiple times, but it was a fun project. Also, on May 30th, I participated in my first fishing tourney, which resulted in half the aquatic wildlife being sold for profit and also swag. Heading into June, it was wedding season, which I admittedly participated in like 3 times. Still, I did take a picture on their honeymoon where Cyrus lost to Reese while playing Halo 3. Around this time, I built a nice park in the downtown area of my island, a tasteful graveyard up in the cliffs, I added the Ninja Turtles, and even attended Marina's birthday party, one of the few birthday parties for my villagers that I've actually gone to. Sorry guys. On the 27th, I participated in my first bug off, where I grinded enough bugs to get all 3 trophies and every piece of Flick merch available with extra. Basically, for the events, I derive enjoyment from collecting as much as possible. With July, the game got its next big update. It's summertime, so now you can swim, dive, and collect deep sea creatures which are maybe 5 feet below the water. Pascal will show up whenever the game decides to allow you to get a scallop, and Golivar is now here to reward us with pirate items. This update also changed it so Leaf, Sahara, and Kick weren't guaranteed to visit each week, and now KK Slider would show up and move his performance to Sunday if there was something happening in the plaza on Saturday, so all around it was like a better visitor experience. The second wave of the summer update at the end of July brought us firework stuff, some new items, and Luna. Now we can back up our save data with Luna's sleep magic. Admittedly, it does require Switch Online membership, which is not ideal, but I'm glad that my almost 500 hours worth of effort on this island is backed up somewhere. By the time August rolled around, I wasn't playing Animal Crossing as regular as before. I did make sure to attend my first fireworks show for the month, get my party favors, and watch some of my own fireworks. I think I really just wanted to get a good screenshot. Hope it worked. Throughout the rest of August and the entirety of September, there wasn't a lot going on in the game, which is fine. I believe it was around here that I logged in and was rewarded with the bedhead hairstyle, which you get for not playing for a month straight. But that's fine, because on the 30th, we got the fall update. Now we can start gathering candy and prep for Halloween, plant and harvest friggin' pumpkins, and we get 2 new reactions, 4 new eye and skin colors. It was great. Also, I should note that my birthday is on October 15th, so October always feels like a pretty swell time, and I really enjoy all the spookiness that the month contains. Speaking of which, I made sure to attend my in-game birthday party thrown for me by Audie, Flurry, and Kyle, 3 of my favorite Islanders. It was a little awkward because they were all dressed up nice and I was wearing my Halloween outfit, but it was still fun. Throughout the rest of the month, I attended to my pumpkins, I gathered some candy, and eventually jumped back in to attend Halloween, which was also very fun. And with every event, I added more items to the catalog, and my collection grew. From there, my villager went into another brief coma, and suddenly it was November 19th, aka the winter update. This one added a number of things for Turkey Day and Toy Day, as well as 9 new reactions, 6 new hairstyles, and even a purchasable player upgrade home storage, which increased the item limit in your storage from 1,600 to 2,400, which is great. The only time I actually played in November was for the Harvest Festival, which was nice and self-contained, but a bit less than I expected. Regardless, it's nice. Next time I got on to play was December, and suddenly there was snow everywhere? What is this? That means that now we could build snow boys, which are often the most ungrateful, stuck-up creatures I've ever met. It's a lot of fun. While the month's holiday cheer as a whole is great, personally, I'm not a huge fan of winter, so I treated Toy Day as a sort of festive speedrun in which everyone got a gift, and I got all of the event items possible. The countdown on December 31st, on the other hand, was quite nice. I hung out in a Discord with some friends while one of them visited my island, and we got to watch the fireworks, and there was glow sticks, shook with enthusiasm. It was great. January was yet another month that I sort of spent away from the game, which was fine because not much happened, at least event-wise. On the 27th, the game did get update 1.7.0, which brought with it the Festival holiday, which I don't actually know how you're supposed to say it, but it brought 4 new reactions and even a pair of maracas. The event itself was held on February 15th, which was quite fun. Pav is a dedicated artist and their passion is very appreciated. I guess Valentine's happened like the day before, but it didn't get all that much content, so maybe next year? Regardless, we're almost back to the present day, and I was worried that the anniversary would go by unappreciated, but it seems that's not true at all. So just in March alone, patch 1.8.0 was released, and it included 49 Mario-related items to celebrate Super Mario's 35th anniversary. Thus far, the game has had a distinct lack of Nintendo-centric items, so these were quite welcome, and the pipe actually allowing for fast travel between 2 points on the island, even into or out of your house, is amazing. I want to see them expand that in some way, shape, or form. Doubt they will, but it'd be nice to see. As part of the prep for this video, I spent some time on my island cleaning things up, and also I time traveled a bit to bypass the catalog order limit so I could put together this miniature Mario level in the corner of my island. We're now basically up to date because I wrote this section and I am recording this section on March 18th, which saw the release of update 1.9.0, which brings with it all of the Sanrio themed items and villagers, apparently a couple new Bunny Day items, and a brand new update to the custom design feature on the phone. There's 2 upgrades which can be purchased via Nook Miles. The first expands normal and pro designs with 50 new slots, and you can now create pro designs for fans, umbrellas, and cutouts. That one costs 2,000 Nook Miles, and the other is just 300 Nook Miles, and makes it so you can now access the custom design portal found in the tailor just using your phone, which is awesome. We also know that there will be soon a Build-A-Bear workshop collaboration with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Details are limited as of March 18th, but I'm assuming that this won't bring with it any in-game stuff, but who knows. Now that we're up to date, we can review that list of requests and changes I made in my original video back in May of 2020. Keep in mind that some of those things were offered knowing that they were unlikely, but still, I've trimmed these down for the sake of brevity, so let's go. Tool Durability Indicator. Being able to stack manila clams. Eat multiple pieces of food at a time other than turnips. Craft multiple items at once. Craft items automatically by pulling resources from home storage, assuming we're using a bench in the home. Make golden tools unbreakable. Buy multiple items of the same type from the Able Sisters. Dedicated aquariums for homes and not just the default container that each fish has. More fence types was approved. They actually did it. We got some holiday specific ones like spooky fences in October, wedding fences in June, and mermaid fence from Pascal. More path types. Prevent custom designs placed with the path tool from being scrubbed away without the path tool. Place more than a single square of a path at a time. Think maybe like a Splatoon roller. Make some way to visualize and work with the grid outdoors. This has not happened, but unofficially, a couple of developers called Bubble Wand Games, they put together a fantastic 3D planner for Animal Crossing New Horizons, which works quite well once you get accustomed to the controls. That'll be linked in the description, along with some of the other stuff that I mentioned in this video. Allow bridges to be made over gaps without water. Let us relocate the town hall with maybe some restrictions. Currently, items that drop into an invalid spot disappear forever. Instead, why not have them appear in the Lost and Found? Give us better options for multiple profiles on a single island. The co-op people need some love. One of my requests was to let us sing along with our villagers or stretch or even exercise with them, and they actually did it. Let us kick a ball. designate an area for travelers like CJ, Flick, Sahara, Daisy May, and Celeste. I would love to be able to use wallpaper, flooring, rugs, and wall decorations outside in some capacity, but again, not a thing. As for things that weren't requested but are quite welcome, on May 21st they made it so Wilbur could buy items from players and send items to player house storage while visiting Harv's Island. They fixed Sahara at some point, so now you can continue the conversation after buying an item, which is great. The expandable home storage is awesome. They actually made it so that there is a no HUD option for the camera, meaning you don't need to use a glitch to get good video. I love it. They also updated the custom design portal once before, which was when they added it so you can search, design name, and type, or even make a list of your favorite creators. I like being able to plant pumpkins, and I really hope that they expand the number of things that we can plant, because I would not mind turning a part of my island into Stardew Valley. The new hairstyles they added with the winter update was awesome. Having some new villagers via the Sanrio crossover is good. I do wish they weren't locked behind the probably very hard to purchase cards, but still, it's a thing. And then of course, the super recent update for the custom design section on the phone with more slots gives me a lot of hope. In general, I'm pretty happy with how the game has progressed in its first year. They added a good amount of content for the major holidays while improving some stuff that I both wanted and didn't expect. Looking forward, I would still like to see some of my requests happen, because I think it's possible, but I'd also like to see more buildings and NPCs returned from past games, like, of course, Brewster and his Cafe The Roost. I think that is a huge one people really want, and I think it's going to happen. I believe it's been data mined, but anyways. Maybe also having Katrina and her fortune shop would be really cool. She could use the campsite for her tent. I think that would be a great way to fit it in without too much effort. And maybe Reese and Cyrus can reopen retail in some way, shape, or form. I know that the whole crafting system has sort of put them out of the business, but maybe Cyrus's craftiness would let us produce our own DIY cards to share with friends, like how our villagers occasionally share DIY cards with us. Also, I, of course, welcome any of your own comments with your own hopes, wishes, or requests for the game. With that, thank you for watching, and also big thanks to all of the nice people who submitted their own videos and images for this occasion, and of course, thanks to my channel members for the support, with an island-sized thanks to Pseudonymous, Achilles Rhodes, and Captain Crayfish for being super fans. If you enjoyed this video, perhaps leave a like, maybe subscribe, or literally whatever you want. I'm fine with whatever. There's more Animal Crossing videos on my channel if you're interested in that, as well as a bunch of other stuff that you might enjoy with your eyeballs. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.